Hey guys, welcome to Captain German Exploring YouTube channel. Today I will make a video about Trimaran Neel 47. So it is a quite unique vessel which you can meet in the water, but nobody really been inside, and for me it's also interesting because I can ask owner of this trimaran how to sail on it, because before he has exactly the same boat like I have. Benito Oceanis 45 with a dock and go system, and now he changed it to Trimaran Neel 47. So today video is about Neel 47. First of all, I notice the modern shape of hull. I like the modern lines. It's semi-round, semi-strict, so that's my favorite way of new modern boat design. May I have permission to get on board?
Yeah, of course. Come.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Hi.
Hi man, one second, I'm coming with a camera.
Camera teams are coming here. Hi.
Yes, hi. Yoshi.
Yeah,
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, thanks. Have a look, come around. You like to have a beer?
Yes, with pleasure, but I will switch off the camera, we will speak about. So let's speak about specification of Trimaran Neel 47. So the length is 47 feet, it's 14.4 meters, beam 8.23 meters, so it's 27 feet. Draft of this trimaran 159 meters, so it's quite big for monohulls. It's quite big for multi-hulls because it's more or less regular draft of monohull. Clearance 90 meters, so you need to be very careful with the bridge, but it is more or less regular clearance for modern boats like 19 to 22, 23. Weight 10.5 tons. In Trimaran installed Volvo Penta 60 horsepower. It is no turbo. Mainsail 70 square meter, Genoa 50 square meter, staysail 20 square meter. Water capacity 600 liters and fuel capacity is 300 liters. Don't forget to subscribe. If you compare trimaran with monohull and catamarans, you can see everything in a one level. So it is an idea of trimaran, the main cabin and area for all the guests, area when you spend almost all the time, should be at one level. All the facilities like a toilet, so like a head and a shower, you need to go a little bit down in a central hull. On my point of view, this is quite convenient. What I like most, when you on the way, when you're sailing, you can see everything from your master cabin. So you could be on a watch in your favorite bed. It's very convenient to see all instruments and everything around your boat when you are on your bed. So big one, I love it. Is everything in the one level?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
See it, where I want to put the air conditioning is exactly here. Look, Dimir.
Yeah, you need just only in the one. Yeah.
This is a 30 centimeters.
It is cool when you lie on a sofa. You can see everything in the front. So it's possible to use only one air con just in the one room. On a chart table you can see chart plotter and a BNG VHF radio station, but all steering you can do only from a flybridge. From inside you can just adjust autopilot from your BNG system. Now let's see what is outside trimaran. So what is above deck? Owner of this trimaran not really use this area, so it is small solar panels, which on my point of view not enough for this big vessel, and the rest area is empty, so it could be used like area for rest. And see is a quite big and wide platform on a port and starboard. And also it is a hatch in the front, so if you stay on anchor you can make a cool ventilation inside. Port and starboard hulls are quite big, so when you decide to go in a bow or return to a stern, it's very convenient because it's wide and you can go to check what is around, or if you need something on the bow, so it's quite easy to go.
I put on the second one, you increase the speed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So this is solar cells.
How many
It's 350 watts.
is it together?
Yeah.
Is it enough for your boat?
Yeah, it comes close to the edge.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
So
I got.
if you go on a flybridge, it is just only few steps, and you could have a good view. So starboard hull you can see easily, but if you look on a port side, it is quite difficult to see anything. But I think it is a question of habit. But from a flybridge, it's difficult to see anything on your port side. Modern way steering wheel, winch could work two sides. That's flat modern one. All the winches you can use manual with a handle or just pressing buttons. It is a gas lever on a cable, so I think from this altitude it's better to use electronic system, but here is just cable, which is more or less fine. If you go outside, when you reverse and come in stern in, you can see back of your trimaran. Of course you can look inside the guest toilet, but the visibility is quite good, and you can make one step and see what is in a water level, so you can see fenders, how you come closer, and etc, etc. It's only two steps down, and you can, I don't know, throw lines and everything. It's quite convenient way to put your dinghy on a cradle. So at the end of boom there is some system which lift your dinghy up and you can put it on a cradle, but honestly I don't know if it is a big wave come from a back, how could it be. So let's go to cockpit. You can see the distance from me to steering wheel, so if you want to steer you definitely need to do it when you stay. When you sit it's quite complicated, or you need to be much higher. All the lines are organized well. I don't know is it from a factory or the owner did it. I would use the same in my boat, so I think it is very convenient. The back for lines, if you don't use it, it's also very convenient to keep it. Oh shit, hanger, like safety. The jammers, I don't like this one because it's very, I think, unreliable, but it's difficult to say exactly how reliable is it. Time will show. This Trimaran Neel 47 now is on a hard stand. The owner lifted up, so the Trimaran was hauled out for new anti-fouling, and we have an ability to check what is the underwater of Trimaran. Let's go and check. Так, сразу хочу сказать, что осадка в 1,5 метра это не супер маленькая осадка, то есть он достаточно глубокий. Если даже его сравнивать с катамаранами, у катамаранов осадка значительно меньше, там порядка, наверное, 1,20 м это потолок, а то и меньше метра даже бывают, по 70 сантиметров, а у этого более чем 1,5 метра. Поплавки вы видите, с какой разницей находится с корпусом, то есть корпус находится под водой как Monohull, поэтому за счет этого он достаточно хорошо ходит и против ветра, по ветру, потому что у него есть киль и он неплохо противодействует боковому дрейфу. А если еще учесть, что поплавки исключают крен большой крен, то получается плавсредство с оптимальными углами, за счет этого появляется и скорость. Но давайте подойдем поближе и посмотрим на остальные его части. Кстати, у этого тримарана киль сделан таким образом, что в случае, если он этим килем куда-нибудь там со всей силы заедет, то он отламывается, это никаким образом не влияет на потопляемость. Тем более он может находиться на двух боковых поплавках. То есть в этом плане, как часть пассивной безопасности, неплохо. И если киль срежет, то там остается просто корпус. Насколько я понимаю, он тут не супер круто зафиксирован. Вот настолько, чтобы это была цельная монолитная конструкция. Еще прикол этого киля является то, что он является без балласта. Он нужен для того, чтобы просто противостоять дрейфу. Это стеклопластик просто для увеличения площади под водой. А теперь давайте посмотрим на Sail Drive. То есть Sail Drive здесь стандартный SD60. Вот он, вот забор воды идет через вот эти отверстия. Кстати, штатно у него есть отдельный секок для этого. Непонятно, почему оно так сделано. Ну и винт. Вот винт, естественно, складной. Ну и где складной, там и раскладной. Интересная форма пропеллера. Радар здесь достаточно глубокий, практически по всей глубине тримарана, то есть практически вровень с основным килем. Выхлоп идет в середину и прикрыт. Я так понимаю, что это не заводское решение, хотя это все, мне кажется, немножечко не имеет значения. Вот это забор охлаждения мотора, который был в штатном решении. Зачем, тоже непонятно, потому что, скажем, у Sail Drive есть вот эти отверстия, вы их сейчас видите, для забора воды, а они сделали отдельную дырку в кузове, а на Sail Drive стояла заглушка, но владелец лодки этот вопрос исправил. Но это все сливы там умывальников там и прочее. А вот это туалет. И он идет глубоко под водой. Ну и носовая подрулька. Она идет в центральном поплавке. Вот вы ее видите сейчас. Не знаю насчет мощности. Давайте я вам покажу, как он выглядит спереди. Вот вы видите, насколько поплавки находятся выше, чем основной корпус. То есть это, грубо говоря, Monohull с двумя поплавками, на которые он облокачивается, когда идет. So big windows and that hatch, which is making a good wind flows inside.
Normally I'm not doing this.
That's cool one.
I'm on anchor.
It's a gas stove and separate gas oven. What is it? Do you have it? Is a fridge?
It's a fridge and down, yeah. That's a fridge with two lockers, and the small one is a freezer, but the freezer is now at the moment
It's off.
off.
It's a control panel.
This is control panel, yeah, with all the electrics and 220 volt part, 12 volt part up.
And the 12 is on the top, and
This is down for
this is for 220.
20, yeah.
Yes. What is this? Is it?
No, this is special. You can manual
Bilge
automatic
pumps?
bilge pumps for the hulls, the center pumps.
Is it a radio system?
No, yeah,
The music.
the system.
And this is inverter control.
3000 watts. Yeah.
3 kilowatts. Okay, nice. And you have a Victron battery monitor.
Yeah.
So now you not connected to shore power, yeah?
No, I don't think so. No.
It's
no.
it looks like.
No, if I put it on here now, you see. If I put it on now here, you see the race already.
Yeah, I
It's
see.
going
I see. I see.
So,
I
but
see.
the more
You don't need it right
no,
now.
I do it not. I don't keep it running all the time because I let the batteries come down for a certain thing and then I switch it on again.
What about these indicators? Is it
Water
works
and
good
gasoline.
or
Yeah.
with the mistakes?
Yeah, I mean with the water, I adjusted it in the way when I'm on red, I know that I still have 50, 60 liters left.
Ah, okay.
So it's a pipe going into the tank, and it's adjustable.
Ah,
you know?
okay, I understand. You
Yeah.
you can adjust with the minimum water
So that
level.
means when I get it on red, I know so my last 50 liters are running.
Ah, okay,
But
nice.
I
Do you
will
have a
get-
water maker?
Next week I will get one.
Okay, how many liters?
It's between 100 and 140. It's from Rain.
Ah, okay.
From
Ah,
Australia.
okay. May I open this?
Yeah, of course.
It is a for it is a
jackets.
for bad weather.
Yeah.
Wardrobe for bad weather. Big one.
I mean the wardrobe normally is not the wet locker, so you can put in the things for the bad weather when they're dry. But
But it is will be wet everywhere.
when they are wet, you simply hang them here in the shower.
Okay. What is this? Is it
It's
toilet? One second. It's electric or manual?
Yeah, no, it's electric.
Electric.
Yeah.
The one button.
Yeah. But it's not good. The design is good, but the function is bullshit.
So the better if it is just two buttons like
Exactly. You need two pumps. The problem, this cheap thing, what they're doing here, they use one pump, which axle on the left side and axle on the right side. One is pumping the water in and one is out. So that means you cannot make a separate flush. You cannot fill the toilet, you know?
Yes, I understand.
So, and sometimes you must now,
You can make mistake and you need to have one at least. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, if you shit in without water, it takes a long time before the thing is going. But I help myself, because what you can do here is do the flushing here. You see there's water going in. What you can do, you have you have the pump here, you block it.
Okay, I
So
understand.
you fill it up. You fill it up with water, but you normally do with a second pump.
Yes.
Then you close it,
Got
take
it.
it out, and
Is it fresh water or salty water?
it is salty water. They put it to the freshwater tanks, but when you have this toilet on a freshwater tank, you use 50% only for flushing the toilet.
Distance between water tap and sink quite big, so you can see the distance. It's nice. In this trimaran, owner installed a fence, which is quite common in any boats, and you can see the floor in a trimaran painted in a blue color by owner because the dirt's more visible on the white. Now let's go to the next section. It is a lockers. The first locker is engine room. Everything is just in the one level, so you can just have a cool access to all the system in your boat. How powerful your engine? How many horsepower? 60. Okay, is it enough?
Yeah, it's enough.
Do you have a bow thruster?
Yeah.
On it is in the middle or?
It's all in the middle.
Okay, got it. So it is cool to have a storage for oils. It's all the time problem for a boat where to keep an oil. So now let's go to the front locker in the middle. You can see all electronics are here, and also washing machine for 3 kilos. It's only washing without dryer, but you can install any you want. You can see how cool all water connectors made, so it's very convenient to see all the pipes which connected to all devices in your boat. Don't forget to check if you subscribed or not. If not, immediately press subscribe. Now let's go to front locker where all anchor chain and a bow thruster and many different stuff located. But it's just chain like it is, so you can see everything.
Yeah.
But it could be smell sometimes very bad.
Yeah, but it is, you know, this front compartment is completely separated from
Yeah. It is the two batteries for bow thruster.
Yeah.
How big bow thruster do you have? Do you know?
I
Like
don't-
3 kilowatts.
Yeah, something like this. It's not such a big one.
And you have salt water.
Yeah.
You can rinse your chain.
yeah.
Now let's go to the locker in the back. So it is a starboard stern locker.
So you have for the toilet second holding tank there. As I told you, you can store on this boat tongs. Yeah.
This locker is a fender's locker, so you can see how big it is, and you can put all the lines and everything you need together with the fenders. This locker is a captain cabin, located in a starboard, in a bow. You can see mattresses here, and it's quite big area. I'm not sure is it convenient or not for living, but I think for keeping all your stuff, luggage and etc. it's very convenient. On the port side there is the same shaped captain's cabin. It's more convenient in my point of view for a storage, for a sail storage. It's also mattress is here, but I think to keep sails in a bow it's much better and much convenient, because you can put all big sails directly to the locker without keeping it on the deck. This locker is a gas locker, so a quite big area, and you could keep all your gas tanks here. It doesn't matter how big is it, you can keep any size and any amount of gas you want to carry with you on your vessel. This is a stern locker. Generally in this boat a lot of space. If it is not enough space for you, I think it is not a question of your boat, it's more a question of your lifestyle. So you don't need so much space to keep so many stuff with you. So now let's go to the guest cabin. This is a port side guest cabin. You can see the entrance from outside. It's a special entrance. You can see small tap and small sink. And this cabin there is no toilet, so if you have a guest they must go to main owner toilet, so pass through all the boat. So in my point of view this is not really convenient. However, the space is quite big, and under the bed you can see place for keeping your stuff, so it's quite a big area. Safety window. Let's go to starboard guest cabin. You can see the toilet here. Now this cabin was a little bit modified now, because stairs on the left side. This is not really convenient. You can see how difficult to get down, and the same way you have to climb out. Sink and tap, you can use it as a shower, so you can see, and when you go in and out you need to pass through toilet and through the shower. If it is a wet, you will be wet anyway. This is a door which close your cabin. All the furniture just very regular for any type of sailing boat and catamarans. This furniture in a guest cabin is more than enough for 1 or 2 person. Now you can see emergency exit, just in case if you have troubles. You take this hammer, just break your glass and go out. Now you see bed which is enough for 1 or 2 person for 1 or 2 weeks. Door handle is very common for all sailing boats. Magnet on the bottom of door, keeping door in an open position. Which is the best angles for this boat?
Not really downwind. If you have, we call it in German Raumschutz. If you have the wind, let's say you have the wind on between 110 and 140 degree. Yeah, then it's really. If you have the Janaka, the blister, then the boat is going like hell. If you have 20 knots of winds,
Road reach.
yeah,
And
The boat is going at least 12, 13 knots easily.
it's for all boats.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
What
yeah.
about up?
Upwind, so the thing is, when you go with a good monohull in an angle where you can set, you can reach 30 or even below 30 some boats, you can't go so high with this boat.
But which?
So when I come to 35, it's getting critical for me, you know?
But it's also good. It's not like in a catamaran.
Yeah, you mean this is what they all said. I mean, it was a good monohull. You can go always more higher. That is what I know. Yeah, I cannot go with boats so high, but 5-6 degree less is okay.
But do you have like one hull in the air when you?
Yes,
go
of
in?
course.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
yeah. One hull is up, so
Oh.
one hull is not touching the water anymore. There's 1 meter between one hull and the other.
Okay,
And
this one is a cool stuff.
Yeah.
So you have one hull
out of the water. Yeah.
Yeah. Where is
Which is the speed of this boat? Is it just regular?
Yeah, as I told him before, I mean, you will hear a lot of stories that say, oh, they're so quick. I mean, I said, it's a normal cruising speed is not. No, that's not true. You can calculate an average that this boat is doing on nearly all courses under sail approximately 20 to 35% more speed than a general medium class monohull.
So just in case, if I have a speed like 6.5.
Yeah,
or
if you have a
it will
speed
be
like
7.5.
Yeah, you have a speed like 7.5, I have a speed of 10.5.
Ah,
Yeah.
Okay, understand.
Yeah. But they say now going, I mean, and also they said, oh, you can go with this boat 10 knots when the wind is 11 knots. No, it's not true. But I have to say, I cannot say it's not true. It's also not really true. You must decide what model you have. The most quickest one from Nel is a 45.
But it's 47. It's
This is 47. There's only 2 feet, but when you see the boats are completely different. They're completely. You said this is a 40. It's only 2 feet, and this is a different boat. You know.
What is the difference?
The difference is that the 45 is even 4.5 tons more lighter than this boat.
Ah, that's a very critical.
Yeah, it's only 6.5 tons, and what you see
6.5.
yeah, and the all interior what you see here is much less on a 45. It's all more squeezed together, and we're talking from the length for 2 feet.
But it's just the way how they made it. So this one is like for family, for cruising, and
Yeah.
the previous one is just for speeds. It's like
Yeah.
like different.
Yeah, that you can see
Direction
everything.
design.
For example, when you see the table, this with the plate here. I mean, everything here is normally also compared to other boats very light, but the table on the 45 is a half size. Yeah, you see the table and say, "This is a table. This is really thin plate.
Yeah,
this is the 45." But that is how they reach the weight. Yeah. Yeah. But here it is a 600-liter water tank, and when this tank is empty, the boat is doing 1 knot more.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's cool.
It's 600 kilograms. Yeah.
How many waters do you have and how many fuel?
600 liters of water and 315 liters of fuel. And some extra tanks, you know, there. But this is...
Is it enough?
Yeah. I mean, look, what I did when I was crossing the Atlantic, I had 10 canisters of this. I had my tank full. When I arrived Barbados, you know how many liters I
The same?
120 liters. I said, what the fuck I bought all this shit for me? I didn't need
if
it.
you have a much worse weather,
Yeah,
you just will
as I told you,
say
Mike,
thank you.
that is possible. If you go then the whole tour under engine, you need more, yeah? But
Yes. You
What?
say a few words about how does it sail? So if you compare it with
With what?
Monohull,
yeah, the first thing is the setting of the sails on this boat is never done so extremely than on a monohull. That means if you move out your beam because the wind is coming from the back, you don't do it here. So the beam is more or less always a little bit in the middle, and when the wind is changing a little bit, the only thing is you lift up the beam a little bit and give the mainsail, for example, a little bit more shape of a sack, you know? Yeah. It is not, if you set the sails on a monohull, you will not reach the performance which a boat really can do. It's a different, I mean, for me the boat, as I told you, is also new. I now got it for 9 months, yeah? And I did not figure out all what is the best setting of the sails. You know, every time you sail, you come closer, but at the moment I did not reach the 100%. The black yellow and the blue yellow.
Yes.
So they have loops, and these are the one to release the sails. And they have slits there, where you said, how can I release them? I need a second help rope, a small one.
Like a
Guide it-
messenger. Yeah.
Guide it through and pull it back with the other ropes, you know?
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah. And this would never a sailor would have a little bit, I would never do this, you know?
Do you mean these doors are very dangerous?
I
So if the big waves, I mean in theory. So
Yeah, as I told you, definitely. When I'm in a really bad storm, I would always prefer a monohull. Yeah, this is what I can honestly, clearly tell you.
So big waves could smash it, but because of pressure, it
Yeah,
would be horrible.
yeah. I mean, even if
The
you
area is
even if you see the whole construction, the construction of the monohull is against bad weather because it's one single hull,
Yes.
is more solid than a construction, you know, with three, with floaters and everything. Yeah,
But for a life, I think it is really so cool.
that's it.
But I think that if it even flooded with the water, so it won't stand this one.
Yeah, you know, the advantage is normally even if let's say that the middle hull is completely filled with water. No, and there's also a lot of other things where you said, okay, in kinds of quality, yeah.
What's the
They
price
can do
range for this boat?
This one is naked, I guess it's around 550.
Naked. But the price, if you want to go on it, just I
Yeah.
mean, minimally prepared.
You don't have generators, you don't have water maker, you don't have this, you don't have this, you don't have electric winches, you don't have this and blah blah blah.
But I mean, more comfortable.
More comfortable, you have to, I think, another 1,000 on top. That means 650.
100,000.
Yeah.
So
That
maybe
is
650 something.
650, you have nicely equipped, yeah. And I bought this boat as a show boat 1 year old for 550.
Our video about Trimaran Neel 47 finished. But before we switch off the camera, let's think a little bit about the target audience of this Trimaran. On my point of view, it suits for people who love performance and who want to be with a catamaran comfort. So it is a quite big area for living, and I love concept when everything in a one level, when your master bedroom is one level with a main cabin, and when you sail you can see everything around. So in my point of view, that is a big advantage. But if in a catamaran you can invite many people, like friends, in this trimaran I think it suits more for family, like a couple, or for solo sailing, maybe for one family with one kid, or possible if you invite friends for 1 or 2 weeks, because for a long term in this trimaran I think it's not really convenient because of lack of private space. because on my point of view, this guest cabin is a little bit small, and the way how you get in and get out, okay, maybe it suits for younger people, but with the people who is a little bit older, it's quite difficult to climb out from cabin and just to get inside. I think it's a little bit tricky, but for a short period of time it's fine. As I already mentioned, it has a good performance, so it has a good speed, and that could be big advantage for this trimaran. About marinas and space in marinas, I think it costs the same money like in a catamaran, but because it's more fast, maybe it will get his own audience who love performance and prefer to live on a big area and disagree with the disadvantages of monohulls. But in terms of bad weather, monohulls are much better, because it's a trimaran with his disadvantages to fight with a rough ocean because it's wide. So that's could be a little bit tricky. But I think in any vessels, you need to find the safest way and a proper way how to be safe and secure on it. So you need to study how to sail properly in this kind of boats. So I think now we finish our video. Don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to put likes and put comments. Write me what are you thinking about this Trimaran Neel 47, and see you in a few weeks. Bye bye.